That's it?
That's it.
Silly me.
That's all I got.
I thought if I had a minute, I could get the recording software to open up on this computer. Silly me. Are you going to be okay if we don't record today because this is not working?
Yeah, that's fine. In fact, if listeners want to tune in on Facebook Live, we are at Wired Wednesday with McKenna Hansen on
Well,
Facebook
hang on a
Live.
second. I don't have you turned on yet.
Oh.
I was asking that parenthetically.
Oh, no, you're good.
Okay.
Well, if anything,
But they're over there.
yeah, you know.
All right.
Glad you could make it.
All right, it is time for Wired Wednesday now. And so, MJ's here.
Well, good morning.
Is it?
It's such a good morning. It's only 32 degrees-ish. You know.
Oh, no, I
here.
mean, that's part, okay.
Right, I mean, and well, unluckily, we don't have snow yet.
By the way, the software still hasn't opened up on this machine.
Still hasn't opened
I
up.
clicked
But
it.
is my mic live?
You're,
like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
you're fine. But this was clicked 2 minutes ago and it just sits there going.
Well, you know, sometimes technology.
Here's a piece of crap.
Yes. Good morning, it's McKenna Hansen with Wired Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us. If you would like to listen live on Facebook, we are Wired Wednesday with McKenna Hansen on Facebook Live. If you want to catch the show and the recordings, you can find us on YouTube with Wired with McKenna Hansen. In studio today, we have Scott Stubbs, the Iron County Utah Farm Bureau Federation president. How are you doing, Scott?
Good, McKenna. How are you?
So it's really interesting, and it's kind of timely that, you know, just a few minutes earlier, Chris mentioned that the Federation is doing a Farmers Feeding Utah.
Yep, up to Camp Williams, I believe.
Yes, and we're going to try and feed over 300 families, and that really is just a great lead-in into what the Federation does locally. You know, we had that immediately after the floods, about August and September.
Out to Enoch.
Out to Enoch,
Yeah,
we did that.
Yeah, we did that one, and those are great programs. I think they've been very successful. Like Chris said a minute ago, you know, that's going to help our military. But all of these projects wind up helping Utah farmers too. So it is double gain, really.
Well, and it is, and it really shows the strength that, you know, Dr. T, we've talked about it before, the sustainability of Utah as a state and what we can produce in-house versus, you know, what we'd actually have to bring in. We can kind of self-sustain almost with the different products and things that we grow here, raise here, and produce here. It's pretty incredible. You know, we have a lot of cow-calf operations. We're coming up bigger and better with some feedlot projects that are coming in. We now have the pack house, the cut and pack house.
Yep, and those slaughterhouses and pack houses, they're constantly working, trying to figure out. I know in central Utah, in the 6 counties, they're working on trying to get a slaughterhouse put in there that will help us.
You know, I found out about a new one over in Fredonia that just opened up as well. It's just, I mean, it's a small cut house, but they're popping up everywhere, and I think there's even 1 or 2 feedlots in the Colorado City Hilldale area that are coming up, which is incredible. We're really grasping our roots in trying to get sustainable in this area.
The more we could be self-sufficient, the better off we'll be. I was at the Wool Growers Convention last week, and we have a company in Wasatch Wool, and they're working on processing wool. Right now, their big thing is they take the poor quality wool and they're making wool pellets, and they're using them to help hold the moisture, like in potted plants and different things. I mean, it's going to go even bigger than that, even out to maybe farms. But then also as that wool breaks down, it's fertilizer.
It is.
And but imagine how much it would help hold the moisture. Right now, water is such a big thing in everything, and so any way we can conserve water, whether it's through that to help hold it in the soil or whatever to stop the evaporation, these are great projects. Plus, Utah is like 4th in sheep production.
I was going to say,
great
we're
place
really
for a wool.
It is, and I would have never thought nor known until this very moment that you could take wool, put it into pellets, and then put it back into the ground.
Yep.
Wow, what an incredible use of wool. I'm like, my mind is blown right now. Don't ask me why. No, my sheep producers that are my clients, I'm sorry I didn't know everything before, but now surely I know everything. So Scott, what's going on with Iron County Federation?
Actually, I'm still bothered by the fact that my job in life is ultimately to become fertilizer. That bothers me.
Well, you've heard from the earth you come to the earth you go. I guess
I've
that's
heard
right.
that. Yeah, I guess so. All right.
Well, and circling this full circle back to life insurance, when's the best time to plant a tree? With this wool pellets, 20 years ago. When's the next best day? Today. Anyways, so Scott, what's going on with Iron County? What are we looking forward to this year?
So we're going to have some interesting guests. We have monthly meetings. Our meetings are held at the Spring Hill Suites Hotel out on the south end of town. They're the second Thursday of every month at 7 o'clock. And we're going to have interesting guests. The next one, I believe, I've got to confirm this, but we're going to talk about grasshoppers. Last summer on the mountain, grasshoppers were really devastating in areas.
Wow.
Like up on Midway, I went with this guy over there to look, and it was just
They're
nuked.
not.
I mean, they took the feed from the livestock and the wildlife and everything, and so we've got to do better on
Well, and luckily we have yet to have a really good year of, knock on wood, and good is, not even relative really, but Mormon cricket.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
So trying to combat their devastation versus just regular small grasshoppers.
But I had some on my spring range, some Mormon crickets, some low patches, and
Oh,
and I
goodness.
should have been active on baiting them or something, and I just thought, oh, these are going to get bad, because I've seen them bad before. I remember going up the Minersville Highway and just listening to them pop as you run over them.
Oh yeah.
Because they eat a lot and they're big.
Oh, so big. So what? And that's coming up in our February. It is February. Excuse
Yeah, our
me.
next
March
meeting will be March 10th.
March 10th at the Spring Hill Marriott
Yeah.
at 7 p.m. What else? What other? And we just listened to Kim last Thursday go through the bee things and going through that. I'm sorry that I missed the meeting. I heard that it was really great.
Yeah, Kim's fun to listen to. I happened to miss that one too, but I know it was good. And we kind of forget how important bees are to us. We think we need to help that poor guy make his bee operation work. Yeah, but he's making all of our operations work.
Yeah.
All of our flowers that we need pollinated and whatnot. We gotta have him.
No, for sure. I think there should be more backyard bee farmers. And I think Kim's the guy to talk to about that as well. So what other topics coming up in the Federation?
So something that the Utah Farm Bureau is working at, as we know, the legislature's working on 1,200 bills. I'm not sure what all of them are going to do to us.
Oh my.
But one thing we're asking for in the appropriations is more money for vet school, so that at USU they could actually finish their vet schooling. Right
Okay.
now, a lot of them leave the state to finish their schooling, and then we don't get them back. And we really need vets to take care of our livestock and our animals. So
Yes.
we're kind of, as the Farm Bureau, pushing to hope that we can finish it right here in Utah.
Wow, I didn't realize that they can't finish. Is it for internships or like their final couple of years, I
Just
guess?
the fine. I haven't followed all of this, but I was just reading about that, and I thought, oh, well, that's interesting.
It is.
So
And let's take a step back, just really quick. For the new listeners out there, they might not know what the Utah Farm Bureau Federation is and what the Federation as a nation, what we do kind of as an organization, and really going back to the grassroots organization of this. Scott, can you tell us a little bit about, really in a broad scope, what the Federation does at a county level, and then kind of at a district and then state level for us?
So as far as the Farm Bureau, they are, like I tell people, my job is to keep us farming. That's what we're here for, is to keep us on the farm farming. I work all of the things I go to and I work to keep people farming, not necessarily for the farmer, but to make sure the farm goes on. In a conversation the other day I had, a guy pointed out that agriculture takes 75% of the water. That seems like that's a pretty big cut and everything. They own it and all of that, I understand.
Right.
But I told that guy, I said, with that 75%, they do grow 100% of the food. And we've got to remember that is where our food comes from.
Right, and our clothing. Can you imagine no clothing?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't. I'm a clothing fan. I like my
We
clothing.
couldn't even use fig leaves here. We'd be holding sagebrush up, huh?
Well, and we all know
that would be
sagebrushes.
I don't even think about that. Ow.
So for all of those out there, what I've experienced with the Farm Bureau as being an insurance agent for the financial side and being a part of the federation, on the advocate side, it's really incredible the issues that come up in these meetings that we hold monthly now, and the concerns, and people either have resources for getting answers to those problems or solutions, and or they go up to like a region level where we get more involved and going through those different steps. And then as a nation, there's the American Farm Bureau, which we're all part of that organization as well. And we do make sure that farmers are still farming.
Yeah. And so the Farm Bureau is structured. It starts at the county level, to the state, to the national. It's not to the national, to the state, to the county. It's got to come from grassroots, because nobody understands our issues better than our local people.
Completely agree.
And in that, farmers, but people that are wanting to be involved or to help us or whatever, we would love to have you reach out. I mean, if there's something that you would like to have somebody come and talk about with your gardens and whatnot, let me know and we'll try and line that up.
Well, and it's really incredible that, through the financial side of it, I sell insurance products. I'm protecting farmers and ranchers and business owners that do business with farmers and ranchers. And then personal lines of people that, live in our community, their home and auto still needs to be protected, right? But through each of those types of policies, we do what's called a membership. And those memberships grow and help sustain the federation at the county level. And then those funds are used to make sure that we have the available products and knowledge and research points to go through and make sure we're doing the best thing we can for our producers. Like seeing if we can't get cut houses down in central Utah and or in southern Utah specifically.
Correct. Yeah. All of our insurance agent gather our revenue that we need to lobby and work.
And I
appreciate them very much.
Well, in full circle, you don't have to have insurance products to be a member. You can purchase your membership through the UtahFarmBureau.org website and just select which county you live in. Yes, I'd love to help you with, financial products, but I'm not going to put that ahead of making sure the Federation is supported, because really, ag is number one in my book, because I like food and I like clothing.
I would imagine, so I heard a figure for Sevier County. They generate over $80 million in ag in Sevier County.
Oh, I believe it.
And so Iron County's got to be a little more. Not to
Well,
cut them, but we...
No, right. And last I researched this, and this was a few months ago, or a few years ago, excuse me, is ag is still the number one economic driving force in Iron County. And especially when you consider, 95% of the Burro Valley is in Iron County.
Yeah.
A few ag and range and a few pivots are in Washington County out there.
Yeah.
And then the further north you go up the, 9 Mile and things, that's just grazing land, really.
Yeah.
But, you think of all the acreage, probably 5,000 or 6,000 acres or more of alfalfa, and 95% of that goes to either local producers to get back into their cows and feed and all of those things, but it's really cyclical here. And we drive the grocery stores, the fuel prices, the things. We participate in all of that as agriculture.
Yeah, agriculture consumes a lot. They do help our economies, but our job is to feed people. So I'm grateful for people, and I'm grateful that they can have a good, safe food supply too.
Oh yes, well, and it's incredible. People are like so upset, like politically, and I don't want to go off, too much down that hill, but
Sure you do.
I'm not really good on the radio
Sure
about
you do.
political things.
Oh, no, you've never done that before. Not at all.
So, but Southern Utah specifically, right? We grow and produce a lot of what we can eat, right? And or consume here in the area. If worse came to worse and we were walled off, we could eat, consume, and survive.
We would have to change, but I believe we could survive.
Right. In some retrospect, in
We
in some
sneak
fashion.
a little sugar and a few things in.
Right,
once in a
right.
while, but
even,
there's other things that are sweet.
Right.
So
Totally.
Oh, we'd have honey.
But
There's
yes,
lots of
and
honey.
honey.
Yeah,
But
there
there's
you go.
some countries out there that can't, and they don't even grow enough food to feed their population. They have to outsource it from America
Yeah.
specifically. And so it's really incredible the power that we have with agriculture. And everybody's like, oh, well, you know, chocolate milk came from the brown cow. Really, guys? Really? Or,
Wait,
oh, yes.
are you
Oh,
telling
yes.
me it
So
did?
many ways.
Oh.
So many ways. But it's incredible just as a country, you know, let alone a county, that people are losing sight of what agriculture
Next
does.
thing you're going to tell me is Easter eggs don't come from bunnies. What is with you today, McKenna?
Oh, don't ruin all our things. Let's not get into the
Come
tooth
on.
fairy and all those. Some of us still believe.
I have a 4-year-old listening. So there is an Easter bunny. There is Santa Claus. There is a lot of those magical things out there because we need to have hope. We need to have hope and prosperity and faith that things will get better, and things always get better with hope. So, there you have it. Everything's real, Dr. T.
All right.
So, in the final few minutes of the show today...
Including extraterrestrials?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay. Super woo-woo moment. Guys, don't hold this against me. But if this is hell, or heaven is hell, right? If where we're at today, right now,
It's Hades.
is Hades, then we have nothing to do but look up.
Okay.
And the one thing that we can do today that would be the worst thing ever is to hold back our God-given talents that He blessed us with to make the impact that we have to today, because the world needs it. The world needs us to step up to be what we were given, and rightfully so. So, not going super deep on that. Guys, don't hold it against
For a
me.
minute there, I was going to invite you to teach my Sunday school class Sunday.
Oh, no.
Then you come.
No, there's more God in a bottle of whiskey than a church pew. But, you know, all in time. So, with the Utah Farm Bureau Federation, where do we want to end this? Come to the meetings? Talk to your local representatives?
We would love to see more participation, and mainly I would like to tell people if there's issues they're having that involve agriculture, reach out to me, because we can help you with them. Another thing we've just formed lately in Utah is Utah Public Lands Council. And so that deals with public ranges, and their purpose is to keep livestock on the range. So with that, if you're having any issues with your public grazing lands or whatever, please reach out to me, because I can help you with that also.
And what's really great about Scott is he's not I have an answer to everything kind of a guy. He's I know somebody who's going to have a better answer.
Yeah, I just know people. I don't know much. other
Well,
than
no,
people.
you know
But
plenty. I
that's
wasn't
true.
discounting that.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, Scott, you're the I know a guy.
Yeah, I know a guy.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
that's
the
kind
I
of
know
my
a guy.
specialty, is knowing a guy.
You know, but it's really strategic, especially, you know, Scott being our president right now, is each president has done something different with the Federation, and right now we're in a really great, you know, he's a part of a lot of different committees, so his knowledge is very vast in, you know, who to talk to that's better for this, or there's a solution for this, and they've been working on it, or X, Y, and Z. And it's just really incredible, you know, the power of people, getting people that are like-minded together and creating that synergy around agriculture.
Yeah, that is key, that we work together, because nobody's the smartest person. It takes us all, and if we all work together, we can do big things.
Yes, completely agree.
You know, I didn't mention the inland port, but it's coming. That's exciting. For
So
Iron County.
exciting.
Yeah, I think there will be great things happening with that. So
Yes, it's going to be great. So, with that, Scott, what is your phone number?
my number is 435-590-1800.
Perfect. That is Scott Stubbs with the Utah Farm Bureau Federation, Iron County President. I am McKenna Hansen, your local Farm Bureau financial agent. My number is...
And preacher.
And preacher, apparently. 435-592-2021 for all your commercial, ag, home and auto, and succession planning needs. Again, 435-592-2021. Thanks for joining us for Wired Wednesday.
And Jay, Scott, thanks, a pleasure, and we'll see you next week. All right?
Yes.
All right.